Moving on to Sarbanes Oxley. Sarbanes Oxley came about in 2002 compared to GLIBO, which was promulgated in 1999. So SOX impacted the awareness and monitoring of internal controls, which is significant. Basically, SOX was passed in the wake of Enron and WorldCom and Tyco and a lot of the major scandals that we saw in terms of accounting and board of director liability. Modern accounting systems, because again, all business typically is transacted via technology now, that means that you can't have ostrich syndrome. You can't stick your head in the ground and say, I'm not, I'm not going to look at this, right? Earmuffs. You really have to address this in a manner that an individual and the board can feel comfortable saying, okay, I understand this, but where's our vulnerability? Where are our threats? And are we meeting the requirements that we need to, both in our industry and potentially on the markets as well? So what was the purpose? And I would encourage people to incorporate the CIA, the confidentiality, integrity, and availability into the purpose behind Sarbanes-Oxley in relation to cybersecurity, because the purpose was to protect investors by improving the accuracy and reliability of corporate disclosures made pursuant to the securities laws and for other purposes. So Section 302 relates to the certification that's required by the CEO and the CFO of a publicly traded company that signs off on the accuracy of both the reports and the internal controls. So cybersecurity focuses on the internal controls, and I'll get into the various types of accounting standards that are used so we can relate to that. Another area you'll see Section 302 applied is either A, by privately held companies who want to make sure that they're in line with all of the standards, but why would they do that? A, they could be asking for a loan from a public entity, a bank or a private equity firm, or B, they are looking to go public at some point. And in terms of due diligence, the publicly traded company would or should be looking into their compliance with SOX whenever they look to acquire a company. Secondly is Section 404 of Sarbanes-Oxley, and there a corporation must assess the effectiveness of its internal controls and report this assessment annually to the SEC.